Hello again, Freedom Fighters. Today I'm gonna be showing you a build that I've been using against the bots. This is viable for both solo and group play, so I hope you enjoy. Before I continue, I would like to thank you guys for sharing your thoughts and your builds. It really makes my day. I get to experiment with a lot of stuff, and I gotta say that I am overwhelmed on how supportive the Helldivers community is. I hope you guys experience the same and wish you guys the best. For those who want some purely solo builds, currently I don't have the patience to do solo runs, since it is a pain to fight horde after horde alone. I know the way to do it is to pick your fights and try not to aggro everything, but that just sounds more stressful than fun. It's probably a skill issue on my part, but I like to do team play more than solos, so yeah. At some point, maybe I might try to do solo runs and purely solo builds, but not anytime soon. And with that said, let's get on with the build. First, let's get to our armor. What I use is the Battlemaster armor set, and let me explain why. Stat-wise, it gives you 150 armor rating, but a significantly lower speed and stam regen. It also gives you 50% resistance against explosive damage, so it helps you against those pesky rockets. I know people say that light is still the best since they don't want to lower their speed for more armor, but I just love being the big boy juggernaut in these games, and considering that automatons pepper you and shower you with rockets like 24/7, um, I think this heavy armor build is very effective against it. Now, a little disclaimer that this is coming from a playstyle where you're on the front most of the time. Obviously, you don't want to aggro a lot of these bots at the same time, but having to tank a lot of their damage just gives you a lot of forgiveness. I do hope they add an anti-flinch to the IV armors though, or just even in some of them. That would be really cool, but for now, we can make this work. For our primary, we are rocking the Scorcher. I have been sleeping on this gun, and a lot of you are probably are too. It is S tier against bots, if you ask me. It one-shots most of the rank and file units if you direct hit them. Also, you don't have to shoot the rider at the back of the 8080 walkie thingies or the scout riders. The only issue that I found is against the berserkers and devastators and their variants, because you can't just brain dead mag dump against them. You actually have to hit their heads or their weak spots, but that's true with other guns anyway. The drawbacks that I see is that there is a chance that you can blow yourself up because of its explosive payload. When you shoot close to you, you can get hurt or even destroy yourself. And also, the ammo economy is it is not the best. So there you go. For my secondary, it is Unchanged. It's still the Redeemer. It's just the best choice to pull out when primary is out of ammo. It's automatic, more ammo, and decent damage. For the grenades, I now use the impact nades. I am getting better at it. It's really effective against the bots. You don't have to cook it. You can just eat it whenever and then profit. For our support weapon, I have been running the laser cannon. Now, the laser cannon has been buffed recently, if you don't know already. It is quite effective at bringing down heavy targets. Scorcher hulks can be dealt with relative ease, but keep in mind that if it gets close enough, you're gonna get murked. The bruiser variants are a different story though, and boy oh boy do they spam rockets like crazy. Yes, you can deal with them like how you deal with Scorchers, but just not as easy. One of the issues that I found is that you actually have to aim. Now, if you're like me that can't aim even if my life depended on it, then you'll find it quite finicky. But you can still make it work since it's one of those weapons that you can just spam. For this build, we are running the shield for our backpack. Even after the nerfs, I think it's still really strong. We can take on fights head on and also reduce the risk of getting flinched when we're trying to beam down something. Yes, you can still die with this, but it helps you stay alive longer. Offensive stratagems. What I opt to use is the 110mm rocket pods. It's really effective against heavy targets, tanks, cannon emplacements, and of course, the outpost fabricators they're just free. I tried using the airstrike, but I can't seem to be consistent with it, so I just stick to the rocket pods. if you're consistent with the airstrike or you prefer that, I think you can get away with it. You can also use the rail cannon over it, but personally, I prefer this now. Yes, the rocket pods deal less damage and a little bit less accurate than the rail cannon, but with fully upgraded hangers, you get 3 of this per rearm, and the cooldown is just much shorter. For the fourth one, and if we are not limited to 3 stratagems, I use the old reliable orbital laser. This particle cannon is, it can just clear outposts for free. I think a lot of you already know what this can do, but for those who don't, it is also a very effective crowd control since it lasts very long and clears a lot of enemies fairly quickly. Yes, it has a limit of 3 calls per mission, but with its cooldown and how missions play out anyway, I don't think you'll need more than 3. And that's it. Hopefully you guys can try this build out and have fun with it, because I know I did. And thanks again, guys, for sharing your builds. I can't thank you enough for the support. I haven't tried them all yet, but the ones that I tried, it was very fun, especially the autocannon ones. I look forward to try more. It adds more spice to the game, and honestly, there's not much to say here now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the build video. The new war bonds and new updates are fast approaching. I am very excited to try out new builds, and I'm sure you guys are too. So leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more builds that we can mess around with. And that is all. Go spread freedom, Helldiver.